Orange muzzle flashes tear through the gray Dutch mist. Brick dust rains down from a shattered wall. A British paratrooper dives for cover, his face smeared with soot and sweat. The air is thick with the crack of rifles and the deep, guttural cough of a machine gun. This is Arnhem, September 1944, a corner of hell carved out of a quiet European town. But amidst the chaos, one figure moves with an almost leisurely calm. Major Digby Tatham-Warter. His uniform is torn, his chin set with grim determination. And clutched in his hand, alongside a service pistol, is a tightly furled black umbrella. The sky had been full of them just days before. Thousands of parachutes blossoming like pale flowers against the blue, a vast airborne army dropping from the heavens. This was Operation Market Garden, the most ambitious Allied gamble of the Second World War. The plan was simple, audacious, to seize a carpet of bridges across the Netherlands, creating a direct route into Germany's industrial heartland. The promise was intoxicating. The war could be over by Christmas. But on the ground, the promise is turning to ash. The British 1st Airborne Division, dropped furthest from friendly lines, is cut off, surrounded, fighting for its life at the final, crucial bridge in Arnhem. A bridge too far. Major Tatham-Warter, commanding a company of the 2nd Parachute Battalion, is a man forged in the crucible of this war. Yet he carries a peculiar burden, a personal failing he has turned into a bizarre strength. He can never, ever remember the daily passwords. In the confused, frantic firefights of World War II Europe, a forgotten password is a death sentence from a nervous sentry. His solution is uniquely, absurdly British. He carries an umbrella. He figures no one in their right mind would mistake a British officer, an English gentleman carrying an umbrella, for a German. It is his identification, his calling card in the middle of a slaughter. The street before him is a killing field. A German armored car, a hulking beast of gray steel, rumbles forward, its machine gun chattering, spitting death that chews up the brickwork where his men are hiding. Fear is a cold hand on their hearts. But Digby steps out from behind a ruin wall. He doesn't run. He walks. The umbrella is tucked neatly under his arm. He raises his other hand, not in surrender, but with a bowler hat he's found, using it to nonchalantly direct the fire of a PIT anti-tank team. The men, seeing his impossible calm, steady their nerves. A hollow whoosh, a streak of fire, and the armored car erupts into a ball of flame and twisted metal. Digby simply puts his hat back on. The German fire intensifies, a torrent of lead pinning his company down. They are trapped, unable to advance. Shouted orders are lost in the din. Something must be done. So Digby Tatham-Warter does the only thing that makes sense to him. He unfurls his umbrella. The black canvas snaps open, a stark, ridiculous silhouette against the smoke-filled sky. He holds it aloft and begins to walk down the bullet-swept street. Bullets zip past him, whirring like angry insects. A ricochet screams off the cobblestones near his feet. He does not flinch. He just walks, a gentleman taking a stroll, in a deadly downpour. Behind him, his men stare for a split second in sheer disbelief. Then a cheer goes up. They rise as one, surging forward, following the impossible sight of their commander and his umbrella through the storm. His company's chaplain is trapped by sniper fire, crouched behind a meager pile of rubble. Wounded men are crying out just across the open ground. Digby walks over to the terrified holy man. He opens the umbrella again, holding it as if to shield them both from a light drizzle, not from a trained marksman's rifle. He angles it towards the sniper's position. "Come on," he says, a calm voice in the hurricane. He escorts the chaplain across the street, the two of them walking under the thin black fabric, a fragile shield of sheer audacity. They reach the wounded. They begin to tend to the men. The sniper, perhaps too confused to fire, stays silent. Later, in the frantic scramble of house-to-house fighting, he rounds a corner. A young German soldier, his own eyes wide with shock, rounds it from the other side. They are feet apart. The German fumbles with his rifle. Digby's pistol is holstered. There is no time. With a movement born of pure instinct, Digby lunges forward. He doesn't swing the umbrella like a club. He uses it like a fencer's foil. The sharpened metal tip jabs forward, hard, striking the German in the face. The soldier cries out, dropping his weapon and clutching his eye. Digby's men rush past to secure the prisoner. The umbrella has become a weapon of war. But courage and eccentricity are not enough. The Germans, with their tanks and overwhelming numbers, tighten the noose around Arnhem. The paratroopers' perimeter shrinks. Ammunition runs low. Food is gone. The faces of the living are gaunt, exhausted masks of dirt and despair. Hope drains away with the blood of the wounded. The battle is lost. In the final, chaotic hours, a piece of shrapnel tears into Digby's side. He has captured another weary face in a long column of defeated but unbowed British soldiers. His war, it seems, is over. He lies on a cot in a makeshift German hospital. The sharp, antiseptic smell replaces the stench of cordite. The silence is unnerving after days of constant noise. He is wounded, a prisoner, but his spirit is untouched. He watches the guards. He learns their routines. He sees a window slightly ajar. When the moment comes, there is no hesitation. He slips from his bed, the pain in his side a dull, angry throb. He limps to the window. He slides it open. He drops into the cool night air below. He vanishes. He melts into the Dutch civilian population. The officer's uniform is gone, replaced by the simple coat, a local man. He finds a Dutch woman who hides him, who treats his wound. He looks out from a dusty attic window, watching German patrols march through the streets of the town he just fought for. He is a ghost in enemy territory. Soon he connects with the Dutch resistance, a secret network of brave men and women operating in the shadows. He is not the only one. Other escaped paratroopers scattered and hiding are found one by one. Digby, with the help of the resistance, begins to gather them. A small, phantom army forms in cellars and barns waiting. The plan is codenamed Pegasus. A mass escape. They will walk south, through miles of occupied country, through the German front lines, and cross the River Rhine back to Allied territory. The journey begins. They move only at night. The camera follows them, a line of silent figures flitting through dense, dark woods. The snap of a twig sounds like a rifle shot. Moonlight paints their tense faces a pale, ghostly white. They crawl on their bellies across open fields, the wet earth cold against their skin. A German patrol passes nearby, the guttural sound of their voices making every man's heart pound in his chest. They freeze, becoming one with the shadows, until the danger is gone. They reach the final obstacle, the great, black expanse of the Rhine. The far bank is safety. It is home. It is an impossible distance away. They wade into the freezing water, their teeth chattering. The current is strong, pulling at them, threatening to drag them under. They push on, their breath coming in ragged gasps. The far shore seems to get no closer. Exhaustion gnaws at them. But then a shape emerges from the darkness ahead. A small boat. A whispered password. A friendly hand reaches down, gripping a soldier's arm, pulling him from the river's cold embrace. One by one, they are hauled into the boat. Digby Tatham-Warter, the man who carried an umbrella into battle, has walked straight through the enemy army and come home. The war for him, and for the men he led out of the darkness, would continue. But the legend of the officer and his umbrella was already immortal. Tell me your favorite war story I should talk about next. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video.